Are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them? Much like our misunderstood Elphaba, there were witches in our history who were misunderstood and persecuted for reasons not justified. And then we have our beloved Galinda, as formerly known, and took the newest version of her name as Glinda, is a character inspired by a real-life person, Matilda Jocelyn Gage. But let us take a step back in time, the 14th century, France. 1412, a baby girl born and named Jeanne d'Arc, also known as the famous Joan of Arc. She was born unto a tenant farmer, Jacques d'Arc. Her mother, Isabelle Romay, never taught Joan to read or write. She only pushed the love of Catholic teachings. Age 13, Joan heard voices. She associated the messages sent by God. She felt an overwhelming message that she needed to help save France by expelling its enemies and restoring Charles as its rightful king. She vowed chastity and denounced an arranged marriage by her father when she was 16. 1429, Joan went against the magistrate, and Charles granted her request to fight and fend off the siege of Orleans. Joan led the fight on her white horse, and the Anglo-Burgundians retreated back across the Loire River. Joan attempted yet another victory in 1430 against the Burgundian. She was thrown from her horse and captured by the Burgundians. Joan was sent to trial. She had 70 charges against her, including witchcraft, hearsay, and dressing like a man. 1431, at the age of 19, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. How unfortunate to be so misunderstood, only wanting to help, and to be persecuted for having success in victory as a woman and dressing like a man. Much like our Elphaba, having great power, but disliked for not following what society wanted her to be, persecuted and hated by us.
Duffy, listen to me. Just say you're sorry. You can still be with the wizard that you've worked and waited for. You can have all you ever wanted. I know, but I don't want it. No. I can't want it anymore.
back to our beloved Glinda. She was inspired by a prominent feminist writer and activist. L. Frank Baum wrote the story of Oz, and Glinda was written to represent his mother-in-law, Matilda Jocelyn Gage. Matilda fought during the suffrage movement, advocating for women's rights and social justices. Gage had a vision of women becoming leaders and luminaries, kind-hearted and strong. So to answer the question, are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them? The answer can be clear. Most people are never born wicked. They have wickedness thrust upon them. Much like our Elphaba. She was born into an unfortunate situation and always misunderstood. She only wanted to be understood, and she didn't want to succumb to what other people felt she needed to be. She rose above it, and she is defying gravity. Our beloved Glinda only wants to fit in, be popular, be loved, be liked. She is afraid to go against and stand for what is right, so she succumbs to what society wants her to be instead of following her heart. But we love Glinda. She's kind and she's strong, and she makes a beautiful good witch. Dearest watcher, I hope you indulged in learning my own personal creation of this wicked-inspired makeup look and have become much more educated on two powerful and most wonderful women in our history that both was represented by our own Glinda and Elphaba. I must say, pink goes good with green.
Don't make me laugh. They were popular right